Viewer discretion is expressed for the following program. If you are easily triggered or offended, please exercise caution while viewing this program, because the hosts really don't care. Warning, this show is not for children, and not for coworkers either.
And we're on the air, and we are going to talk about how Republicans fail at pretty much everything they touch. Good morning, everybody. Hey, settle down, crowd. Y'all settle down. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. This is rumble.com/JJW, where your two dads drink coffee and talk about politics, culture, pop culture, science, metaphysics, entertainment. How about China? Sometimes we talk about, I don't know. You know what? I think I have like an interesting update to the story about the space bag falling from space. That's great. It's going to be great.
I saw you post something like that.
yeah. Hey, Deke, I'm gonna intrude on your playlist channel, and I'm gonna drop an extra song there for you. There's the song I was singing on your radio station accidentally.
It's the reason we're late is because I had to do something on this main channel here, and it was going to disrupt the show. So I didn't think about that as I joined in for the pre-show, and JJ's like, I'm singing along, and it went out over my station. So congratulations, dude.
Thank you.
I get a call from a producer here soon. What is this?
It's great.
Straight to music, and you talk about your song.
Please. Yeah. So I know where's you got it. I know very little about this song other than about a year and a half ago, I saw a YouTube shorts of people doing the Grace Kelly challenge, which was they would sing this frame or a couple bars of this song at as low octave as they could reach, and then they would sing like the bass, and then they'd sing the treble, and then they'd sing the mono, so they'd sing the whole, and they'd overlay it so that you're creating your own harmony of your own voice. So they'd have the bass, the treble, the mono, and then and they'd go up in pitch, and then they'd take the audio and they'd stack it, and by the end, it's like them singing it in harmony with themselves. And the reason though I got hooked into this is because one, Ryan Reynolds and Will, what's that comedian dude? I forget his name. He's Ferrell. Anyway, Will Ferrell. Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell were doing this Grace Kelly challenge video, and then everybody else was doing it too. But they just made the most entertaining one. And then I started playing it for my kids. And so my kids were like 2 or 3 or 3 or 4, whatever. I would this 30-second song would be on infinite repeat, and we'd be constantly singing the Grace Kelly challenge just riding around in the car. So I have it as a habit.
You do different things with music than I do.
This is entertaining my kids. Anyway. So my song of the day is Grace Kelly, which I was singing the chorus on, I guess on Deke's radio accidentally.
Okay. All right.
I was just singing it myself.
I don't know what any of that you said is. I've never heard of any of it. I don't know what the song is, but I'll listen to it and see what you're talking about and see what's
all right. Okay.
It's kind of interesting, but I mean, as a music producer, engineer, that's been going on for
sure. Yeah, but it is wildly popular.
Technology is just publicly available, mass publicly available now. My song of the day was, I didn't have one until we went on the show here, and I was like, oh my God, I forgot to get a song of the day. I've been so busy this morning. I was doing the dishes last night, and I always listen to music while I do the dishes. And this was one that popped up in my playlist, and I stopped the playlist to go to listen to more Blind Melon because of this song. Blind Melon is one of my favorite bands of all time. If the only song you know by Blind Melon is that No Rain song with the Bumblebee girl, all I can say is, if that's the only one you know, do yourself a favor and listen to every other song that they have, because God, or a golden diamond that has been forgotten about. And this song is called Soul One by Blind Melon. And it is a beautiful, 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 beautiful song. And like I said, I was doing the dishes last night and it came up, and I have to sing this song every time. I can't carry a tune in a bucket, but I have to sing this song. And I was like, oh man, this is such a great song. So it popped up this morning. I thought, yes, let's add this to the playlist. I'm working on the Spotify playlist. It's going to take me a little bit to find all these songs and get them on there, but I'm only able to work on it for a little bit at a time. I can't like devote an hour to just doing a Spotify list.
Huge backlog too.
Yeah, we've got a huge backlog that I got to get through, but I'm working on the playlist. Maybe maybe somebody will listen to it. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I don't know anything about the playlist.
It's good stuff. I try to put music at my job is to expand your mind with music. I made a comment this morning on a Facebook page where a guy was talking about how much he hated Rush's Geddy Lee's voice, the lead singer of Rush. And I was like, dude, I used to be you. I used to be you. I used to say the same thing. I hated Geddy Lee's voice. I don't listen to Rush until I guess I got older and wiser, and my brain just was like, you're a dumb young idiot. Who cares? And that's like, I said, I encourage you to go back and listen to that band, but ignore the fact that you hate something so bad and focus on the fact that all three of them are individually musical geniuses, but together you put those three individual talents together and it forms this, I don't know what to call it, freaking great trio of fucking musicians. I don't know.
It's like, this is a poor analogy. It's like a peanut butter and pickle sandwich, maybe. And not your thing necessarily, but some people will put that together and they enjoy it.
So why don't you say that? Peanut butter and bacon.
Peanut butter and bacon.
Yeah.
There you go.
Banana. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Peanut butter and bacon.
All right. So I did not put one story in the news today. I just want to preface this, everyone. This is all JJW's fault.
I woke up at 5. The weather's killing me, and I'm getting and my throat's hurting. So I wake up at like 5 a.m. and I'm like, my throat hurts. So I wake up and I reach for lozenges or whatever, and I go get my wife some coffee, and then I sit here and I sit at my computer and I start clicking through stories, and you kind of like zone out, and like a whole half hour goes, and then there's just a bunch of stories piled up for the show. But I kind of woke up a little early just because I'm not feeling great, which my voice might sound even like maybe slightly worse than normal. Okay. So
real quick, before you get into that, since you were talking about sleeping and not feeling good, I wasn't feeling good over the weekend. My body was aching real bad and whatnot. I think I was having a reaction to some food that I ate from my diabetes. What I think it was. Well, I've been sleeping with this. Oh, it's still playing. Wow, I didn't realize it was still playing. It's been playing this whole time. That's why I've got 57.
The little harmonic generator thing.
I've been using my frequency generator app, right? And generating some frequencies while I sleep. And I've been looking up certain frequencies that do certain things and whatnot. And one of the frequencies that I've been generating is, for the past 2 nights, is 174 megahertz. Okay. See if you can hear this. See if you can hear this.
I haven't heard it yet. Oh, yeah.
You hear that?
Yeah.
That's 174 megahertz. So I turn this on. I turn my volume up.
Right.
I lay my phone down. I go to sleep.
Okay.
I've done this the past 2 nights. Okay. Yeah. And I didn't realize it was still on, but it was still on. I've done this the past 2 nights for 25 years now or longer. I've had backache. I've had a back problem since I was 13. I was born with one, but it didn't until I was about 13. For over 25 years, I've woke up every single morning aching in my back. I always wake up hurting.
Right.
I never wake up energetic and feeling good. Never, ever, 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 ever. I always
Okay.
wake up hurting. That's part of my life that I've accepted. I have waken up the past 2 mornings with no ache in my back. And this one is one of the hurts that's supposed to heal physical.
Oh, really?
It's supposed to heal physical. There's some that don't heal physical. And I was like, well, let me just start on this lower one. It's supposed to do physical. I wasn't even thinking anything about my back. I was just thinking, man, I've been aching all freaking weekend. I'm not even lying. I woke up this morning, and as I was putting on my pants, that's the first thought that went through my mind was, I don't have an ache in my back. Where the hell's that ache? It's like my best friend's gone. You know, I've had this ache in my back for 30 something years, and it's gone this morning. It's back now, but it was weird.
So when that frequency is playing and you go to sleep, what does Ashley do? She just go to sleep with it. Or she just
she hasn't complained about it.
Right. Yeah.
She's got her crap going. It's not silent in there. She's got earbuds and stuff.
Oh,
going
really?
too, so,
okay. Okay. My wife sometimes goes to sleep with, music and stuff. And I think that's cool. That like chills me out too. But, when I don't know how you were, but when I was a young man, I would go to sleep with the TV on and like commercials running and stuff like that. Right?
I can't have silence. Silence is uncomfortable to me.
Yeah. Well,
I work in a radio station for 30 years. Silence means dead air, which means you're off the air. I always have to have. That's why if you go back and watch these shows, count how many times I look over at this damn screen over here. It's like 500.
Yeah, David just said, "Fine, I'll download the app." And I looked it up too, but then I thought, like, my wife, she and the reason why I was bringing that story up was like when we got married, when we first got married, I went to sleep with the TV on, and that irritated the Jesus out of my wife to the point where she was going to sleep with like earmuffs and I was like, okay, I have to stop. Like that's not cool. And that was like 20 years ago. So now like we go to sleep and it's dead silent the fans humming or something like that.
No, I can't.
So I don't even know how you would. Yeah, I don't even know how I would get away with running a frequency generator.
I wonder if that has anything to do with my crazy brain too, because you're
constantly packing it with weird shit at night.
No. Well, that's a good point. That's hilarious. That's hilarious because I usually run Seinfeld reruns while I'm sleeping. So that's
great.
A lot.
It actually explains quite a bit. Yeah.
I wonder if it's if you know how my mind is always like an ADHD chasing rabbits all over the place. I wonder if that's why I have to have noise. I wonder if that's why silence makes me uncomfortable, because silence makes me uncomfortable. I have to have some sort of noise going.
You probably got some sort of
that's a lot.
Okay. Well, some sort of traumatic response to quiet just because of like your job. You probably do. So.
All right,
but anyway, that's interesting. We'll check more on that. Maybe you can do.
How did you talk this morning?
Yeah, hey, maybe if Dave's got a busted foot or something, he can try the app and see if he gets positive results as well.
I'll post a picture of the. It's just I just went to the Play Store. It's called Frequency Generator.
Yeah, did you get the one that's like black and yellow? Looks like that.
HZ. That's it. That's the one.
Yeah. All right.
And you can change it to whatever you want. Just hit the number and change it to whatever. And I just I Googled a list of healing frequencies, and you'll see like 432 and 528 and stuff like that. But there's some that are really low and some that are super high that you can't hear that do stuff too that's supposed to.
Can you layer multiple frequencies?
Nah, I don't know if you can on this, but I've actually thought about that. I was like, I could record this. I can do it here. I can record these and layer multiple frequencies here.
Come to the UMCOC Discord and get a custom 3 to fix your back and grow your junk.
What frequency is that? Which one is that? I hadn't found that one yet. Let's try.
Deke will get that for you. All right. All right. We got a bunch of stories to cover here. Let's start with the the setup to the big reveal. Okay. There are, so let's talk about the border. We're going to talk about the border. We're going to talk about what states are doing, and we're going to talk about Mayorkas. Mayorkas, the border czar. Biden's mobile app, we've talked about it a bunch of times, has freed 350,000 foreign nationals into the United States of America, which is 3 times larger than the city of Manchester, New Hampshire. So over the last 2 or 3 years, you basically cross the border illegally. Okay, well, now you've got to have proceedings. You got a phone. Here's your app. Bleep, sign into your app. And then once you have the app, once they catch you and you have the app and you're registered, there's something like a 99% chance that you will be released into the U.S. interior. From January through October, the app has freed 350,000 nationals into the U.S. Record.
Let me just point out that number here real quick. 350,000. There is only one. Kentucky has 120 counties, and there's only one county that has more than 350,000 people, and that's the county with Lexington in it, or Louisville in it. Jefferson County.
So
109. That is more people than almost every county in West. Because I was looking, I was like, how many people are in Western Kentucky? Because that's probably there's 31,000 people in my county.
So there are 4.51 million people in your state. 350,000 is about 9% of your entire state.
A lot of freaking people, man.
A lot of folks. Those freed into the U.S. interior are increasingly likely to be quickly secure work permits to take American jobs, thanks to an initiative announced by Biden's DHS in September. Months ago, Rep. Matt Gaetz grilled DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas over the mobile app, calling it a Disney Fast Pass for foreign nationals who otherwise would have to wait in line to get into the U.S. interior. So Mayorkas and Biden administration are giving you a cool QR code to get into the U.S.
Wait a minute. Can I ask a question about that seemingly throwaway line? Because that's what I do. I pick up on these throwaway words and these throwaway lines.
Which one?
Read that one about the Disney Fast Pass. Yeah. Just read it, and I want to ask a question.
Yeah. So Matt Gaetz grilled Mayorkas over the mobile app, calling it a Disney Fast Pass from foreign nationals who otherwise would have no way to get into the U.S. interior.
Okay, wait a minute. So
you have to understand what that means.
I've never been to Disney World, but I know what a Fast Pass is, and I've been to Six Flags and stuff like that.
Okay.
So the first thing that went through my mind was, okay, they get a Fast Pass. They get to move to the front of the line instead of waiting in the line. But you fucking pay a lot of money for a Fast Pass, dude.
Well, you do. Yeah.
Do they? Did they? They pay for a Fast Pass? Is that why he used that particular phrasing and that
I think
word?
Well, one, I think that more has to do with the fact that they get to skip the line. Anybody else that wants to come to America properly.
I think that's why he used that word, and that's why it overpasses most people, is because he's saying that, and you think, oh, they get to skip the line. But maybe there's a little subtle innuendo in there as like, Fast Pass, they paid for it, people. Hello, he can't come out and say it, but he's using this subtle phrase, hoping you will catch on to what he's saying. I'm just throwing my tinfoil hat out there into the ring.
All right. So, hey, before we move on too much farther, Dave wants you to post the list, and I just figured out he's talking about the list of frequencies. So post the frequency list in the Discord forum. Okay. All right. So 26 attorney generals, so 26 different states attorneys general have urged Congress to empower states to enforce federal immigration law. So the sort of situation we have is that we have 50 states that comprise the United States of America, and we delegate power to the Congress. And part of the authority of Congress is to make laws over our nation, and we empower the executive to enforce those laws. And some of those laws are, hey, here's the edge of our country. Let's make sure that we don't get invaded. And then the federal government says, here's a Disney Fast Pass to get into our country faster. And if you put up barriers, we're going to cut those fences. And if you put up barbed wire, we're going to use a forklift and lift them up so people can walk in, right? So the federal government is undermining border security for political reasons, for whatever reasons. It doesn't matter what their humanitarian excuses. I mean, like whatever.
We've been doing it.
Yeah, but we're doing it. We've been doing it for 30 years, 40 years, but we're doing it like we had it on like 1, and then like 2 or 3 years ago we turned it up to 11. So 26 attorneys general are urging Congress to empower states to enforce federal law. So, we have a lot of trouble with like Texas. Texas was just like, look, if the federal government's not going to do it, we're going to put barriers up on our own. We're going to put shipping containers on. We're going to put fences up on our own. And then the federal government sues Texas, and there's big fights and all kinds of stuff like that because Texas is trying to enforce the border. And then the federal government says, that's not your job. That's my job. And I don't want to do my job. So 26 attorneys general are calling on the new Speaker of the House to pass a Florida-sponsored bill that would grant states the authority to enforce federal immigration law when the federal government refuses to do so. Led by Attorney General Ashley Moody, who sent a letter to Speaker Mike Johnson, a Republican out of Louisiana, called on Congress to pass Rep. Bill Posey's bill, the Immigration Enforcement Partnership Act, the measure who first filed the measure in 2022 and then again in 2023. Here's a quote. On day one, President Joe Biden began intentionally dismantling our public safety immigration structure. The president and the U.S. Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, quote, have outright ignored federal law, and we have uncovered numerous secret plans to allow for mass release of unvetted and inadmissible migrants, she said, referring to the Florida's border-related lawsuits against the administration. So we have a congressperson that's filed a bill, an attorney general that's encouraging Congress the speaker to take it up, and 26 states are joining in on this. So I'm wondering, like, do you think this sort of initiative where we have states asking the government to do something, is that going to work?
It's got to. That's what this country was freaking founded on.
Oh,
we're not a country. I think that's why we've been so miseducated. I'm not even going to get into this because people get so mad because they've been so miseducated when I try to be like, no, this is how it is. Read your freaking book. They're like, no. So I'm not even going to say anything. We're not a country where if Texas wants to secede, Texas is able to secede. Read the.
I think so. Look, democracy, representation, that stuff only works if you're empowered to give your representation to a representative. That only works if you are able to voluntarily participate in the process, right? So if you can, essentially the situation is that the states have joined the union and now you may never leave. You are owned by the, America. According from the federal perspective, you're part of the union. You can't get out. And if you get out, we'll try to kill you or go to war. That's what we did, right?
What is what's the thing?
A free association is what we should have.
No, it was just discovered not too long ago, and people have been looking it up, and I saw a couple of videos on it where you can look it up, where the United States has filed a lien against all land and all I can't remember how it was worded, humans with arms and legs. Like what? You're insured. There's a lien taken out on every U.S. citizen and all of the land. I'll have to find this and post this. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I'll have to post it. I'll find it and post it later. I've got to post like 50 things now. What the crap?
Okay. I need to know more about that. I didn't realize that. Oh, are we having connection issues again?
I think so.
Fart balls. Testicular cancer. What the hell? Is it cleared up yet? Sorry, folks. All right. I don't know which one of us is goofed up, but I'm going to imagine it was me. Okay. Before I close this article out, there are 76 known suspected terrorists that have been apprehended in fiscal year 2023. The majority, 66%, were at the northern border. Connection lost, reconnecting. Okay.
JJ is frozen. If I'm still live, JJ is frozen. That's why I was dancing to see what was going on. We may have to end the show early because it's a Wednesday morning. So if it doesn't get better, we appreciate you sticking around with us. I don't think it's me. Oh, no, it was JJ. So let's just hang out here for just a second longer and see if he can rejoin us. But if you do want to go to our Discord server up here in the corner, I did post a lot of those frequencies for you, Sinister Minister. It posted them weird. Oh, I'll fix it, but they're there. Are you there? Are you back, buddy?
I guess the internet. I'm sorry, everybody.
Yeah, you're a little fuzzy. You got a little fuzzy screen right now, and you're not as clear. So
it must be. You guys help me out, subscribe, and then I'll be able to talk my wife into buying them. All right, here we go. Here's the actual headline. That was all the prelude to this here. Republicans fail at basic tasks. So the 8 Republicans voted against, and 11 didn't even show up to impeach Secretary Mayorkas. Secretary Mayorkas, who has let in hundreds of suspected terrorists and literally millions of foreign nationals, hundreds of thousands of which are getaways or they're being shipped all over the country. So this is not acceptable. And Marjorie Taylor Greene, I think it was Marjorie Taylor Greene, brought to the floor of Mayorkas, and these 8 dipshit Republicans voted it down, and 11 representatives, including mine in Texas, didn't even show up to vote. So, morons. They suck. Look, Democrats are evil. Republicans are stupid and lazy and dumb and stupid. Anyway, so the vote decision that House Committee on Homeland Security effectively kills the resolution as the committee continues its year-long hearings on the border crisis and have yet to yield articles of impeachment for its primary architect. So here's the people that failed: Republican Cliff Bentz, Ken Buck, Jeff Duarte, Virginia Fox, Darrell Issa from California, Patrick McHenry. He was the Speaker pro tem whenever we didn't have Speaker, which, by the way, I think we were doing a lot better when we didn't have a House Speaker. So Tom McClintock, also from California, Mike Turner, and then you have these people that didn't do their jobs at all. But you know what? I don't see Kentucky in here. So thank you, Kentucky, for at least showing up. All right. So that's the big deal there. Speaking of the House Speaker, Mike Johnson, doing a great job. Don't you think?
Johnson.
Look at this.
Big Johnson.
Yeah, you got Big Johnson. The House has passed a funding bill with overwhelming Democrat support. The House passed a continuing resolution Tuesday to extend.
That's not a good sign. That's
just
one of those
in
red
case.
flags coming up there. I see that from a mile away. It's like Hunter Orange. That's a Hunter Orange flag. It's not a red flag. It's a Hunter Orange flag. You see it, some bitch 3 miles away.
Yeah, just in case you thought we were doing good because we finally elected a speaker and he's a Republican. Okay.
Weep, weep.
Yeah.
Turn that alarm off.
The final tally was 336 to 95. 209 Democrats supported the measure, which was far more than the 127 Republicans. Let me remind you, the House narrowly has a Republican majority, and yet way more Democrats voted for the House spending bill than the majority, which is the Republicans. So good job. Good job, Mike. And
kind of makes you wonder what's in that spending bill, huh?
Right. So, I mean, like, look, the House can't do very much. Oh, that's a good question. Let me just see. Let's just see if Ukraine's in here. It's probably not, right? Oh, no, Ukraine's in here. Conservatives worry that punting the fight gives leverage to moderate Republican senators, Lindsey Graham, and the Gang of Eight amnesty bill, who currently seeking to compromise on the border, would give political cover to Republicans to vote for a White House supplemental request for billions in foreign aid to Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. So if you pass this stuff and then you don't have anything the Democrats want, then you can't negotiate with the Democrats. You don't have any leverage. So we're giving away all the leverage, and then we're going to be like, we're going to do the border, and the Democrats are going to be like, no, you're not, and then no, you're not. So, okay. Anyway, great job. Great job, America. Great job, America. Let's march on and we'll get out of this. So, let's talk Trump for just a moment. Deke, I know you've been very, 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 very worried that Democrats are going to be able to say Trump can't be on the ballot in these states because he's an insurrectionist.
I've been losing
sleep over filing lawsuits. I know. Haven't you been all over that?
Yeah,
yeah, I think Michigan, Minnesota, and Colorado are suing Trump to keep him off the ballot because he's a insurrectionist. Did you know that?
Which 3 states are those?
Michigan, Minnesota, and Colorado.
I would like to know their historical education level on World War II and the events of the Axis in World War II. I would like to know if those 3 states, anyone in those 3 states knows what the Axis governments did in World War II. Like their strategies, what they did.
Like throw their political enemies in jail?
That was one.
Former President Trump is celebrating.
Not to mention taking over media.
Yeah, take over the media.
Guns.
Yeah, you don't want people to hurt themselves with guns.
Right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you don't want, dangerous, bad people to be able to run for office. That would be just real bad.
Those that forget history are doomed to repeat it.
Hey, look, if you got enough dum-dums, those that remember history are also going to have to repeat it.
If you're old ass and live long enough like us, you get to see how the dum-dums repeat history.
Pretty soon it's just going to be like sitting in the back of my chair, but I told you so.
That's why our dads
I told you so.
I told you.
I told you.
I told you.
Jeez. This is what you get for not listening to me. You should have been listening the whole time.
I've been saying this the whole time. How many times?
All right. So Donald Trump is celebrating the dismissal of a bunch of charges in the Michigan challenge. He's struggled to fend off challenges to appearing, they're doing everything they can to put handcuffs and weights around him, right? They're trying to keep him off the ballot. They're trying to sue him in 3 different states to keep him occupied with a civil lawfare so that he's still like chugging along. He's destroying everybody else in the race, right? If Brian was here, he'd tell us about, there's another Republican debate. And then I would say, nobody's watching that shit. Nobody cares about anybody. Nobody cares about any of those people. They're all losers. Every one of them. Vivek Ramaswamy, I kind of don't trust him. You told me not to, and I kind of don't trust him. DeSantis, DeStiltis, and what? You got Tim Scott drop out, Mike Pence drop out, like whatever.
I don't give two crap. I don't give two craps about like Christie's Wade or if DeSantis is wearing libs. That's petty crap to make fun of them on, I think. I mean,
okay, let's talk about DeSantis libs for a second. Oh, sure, but let's talk about the libs for a second. Okay, it's funny and silly that guys wearing like boots with like stilts inside or lifts inside or whatever. Make fun of him. You know what that speaks to though? His judgment and his insecurity. He wore those because he thought he would be more favorable if he appeared taller, right? Okay, so he's insecure about his height.
It could be what kind of world we live in. It could be an environment.
Yeah. But look, like nobody ever said anything
now with all these girls and stuff that say you've got to be 6 foot taller and I ain't gonna talk to you. You know, I mean that is a whole generational mindset that these males have now. Is that this chick don't want to talk to me unless I'm 6 foot tall? Well, what if my buddy was 5'4"? So my group of friends that I ran around with, I'm still good friends with my buddy Caleb today. He's 6'8". He was 6'8" in 9th grade. He was 6'8". My buddy Chris is about 5'6", 5'7". And I always said, dude, don't mess with Chris. Don't get hit by Caleb, but don't mess with Chris.
Yeah.
He will rip you apart. Caleb will hit you once.
So, okay, it's true that people that are taller have a historical, average advantage in political contests. But that doesn't mean that you put stilts in your shoes, because what that says is you're insecure, and it says that you have poor judgment, because obviously when it gets out that you're doing that, you're going to look stupid. And the fact that you did something intentionally that makes you look stupid and you still did it, that's poor judgment, right? And it's not that he's wearing stilts, it's that he's demonstrating poor judgment. So he listened to somebody came up to DeSantis and said, hey, people that are taller do better, so put these things in your shoes and you'll do it. And he said, okay. That's the fucking president of the United States? No. Okay. Anyway, so well, I don't know what I was saying. Other than
Trump did his hair stuff and painted himself orange. So, I mean, it's the society that we live in. Some people don't care. Some people
I can't really explain the orange thing.
Can't either.
I can't really explain it. I mean, maybe it's just he's from New York. They get not as much sun. Maybe some people just like the spray tan. I don't know. I'm not into that. Whatever.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Whatever. He's very consistent though. You got to credit him for being consistent. Always orange. Okay. It wasn't like a part-time thing. He was dedicated.
Cool.
Credit.
Whatever.
All right. Hey, okay, last thing on Trump and then we can get out of politics. Here we go. Are you ready? I don't even know how to process this. I think you'll chuckle though. Barbara Streisand says that she can't live in the US if Trump becomes president. Oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Barbara Streisand's still alive? Wow. You learn something new every day.
Wow. I will move. I can't live in this country if he becomes president.
What will the gay population, the 50% of the gay people in America, as told by the media, what will 50% of the gay population, 50% of the population of America do if Barbara Streisand leaves?
I don't know. Somebody's going to be heartbroken.
What are you going to do if you can't watch a Barbara Streisand anymore, JJ?
So she's an actor? She a singer? I don't know what the fuck she is.
I honestly can't tell you if I've ever seen a Barbara Streisand movie.
She looks unhappy. Oh, well, don't care.
I might be unhappy too.
Yeah. Did you see the China thing? Did you see what San Francisco did? They hid all their bums and then they dressed up. Did you see the video? They dressed up like a street on San Francisco, like Little China, as President Xi Jinping came to San Francisco. Okay. Whatever. I don't want to talk about it anymore. All right.
If that should, okay, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not even going to talk about that.
Like whatever. It's California. It's San Francisco. Cut that shit off and let it sail into the sea.
Yeah.
Unless you're watching this show, and if you're out there watching this show, I'm fighting for you. You guys hang in there. You can make it. You can get back in.
Hey, you know what? We've got volcanoes erupting all over the world. You know, one of the biggest volcanoes they say in existence on Earth is underneath Yellowstone. So I mean, get a little shaking on the San Andreas Fault there. California might just might be the Isle of California.
What if it breaks off, but then it only goes like 5 feet, and we were like, is that enough for it to be another country? Okay. Let's talk entertainment. I got some great entertainment. Check this out, Deke. Do you remember? It was about a year ago, maybe 6 months, a year ago. We were talking very frequently. I was anyway, about Gwyneth Paltrow's ski court case. Remember that?
As much as we Gwyneth Paltrow's a crazy nut, she actually was the sane one in this case.
Yeah, she one crazy person was sued by another more crazy person,
crazier person,
and then lost
and made the first crazy person look. Oh well, I feel sorry for her.
Yeah.
That's true.
And by the way, if we got any folks tuning in right now, okay, don't worry, we don't. We don't. Gwyneth Paltrow's ski trial is being turned into a musical. This is amazing. I don't even know. This is fascinating. Look at this. It's going to debut in London. Her legal battle with the skiing optometrist is getting a musical. Gwyneth Goes Skiing is set to debut in London this December from self-described harbingers of queer chaos, Awkward Productions. Okay, it's going to be gay. Of course it is. Linus Karp will star as Gwyneth Paltrow, while Terry Sanderson, the optometrist who collided with her in a Utah ski slope in 2016, is played by Joseph Martin. The show will feature original music by singer-songwriter Leland from RuPaul's Drag Race. Gwyneth Goes Skiing is based on the core battle between Paltrow and Sanderson that took place earlier this year. Sanderson filed a lawsuit against Gwyneth Paltrow after their collision, claiming he was left with a concussion, 4 broken ribs, and a brain injury. He originally sought $3.1 million in compensation. Paltrow, who said Sanderson was the one who had skied into her, countersued her for $1 entire plus attorney's fees. And the jury ultimately found in Gwyneth Paltrow's favor. That was a great, great bunch of episodes that we did. We covered it so well. You should not go back and watch that, though. Would you sit through this? Maybe not.
This is entertainment for the. That's what I was thinking. I was like, do they think that the majority of Americans give two craps about this? This is entertainment for the, I don't want to say the word elite. I want to say, a very small percentage of America that the media tries to tell us is a great percentage of America. I can't tell you one family member or one of my friends or anybody that I know that would give two craps about this.
My bad. Pushed the wrong button.
Something like this.
It might be a funny. It might be funny. Probably not. That's probably crude and crass and all that kind of stuff. But I thought it was worth noting. Okay, Deke, I'm gonna take you down memory lane, sir, because I didn't know about this till this morning. Maybe you did. Maybe you follow him more than I do. I did not know about this morning. Way back in the 1980s, after you got done watching Buck Rogers, did you watch The Fall Guy?
Yeah, I watched The Fall Guy.
They're making a movie about the Fall Guy.
Really?
Yes, they are. And the date's getting pushed back a couple of months.
The Fall Guy.
You would ask me that, and I bet his name's in here, but I don't remember. Lee Majors. Lee Majors played the Fall Guy originally.
Yeah.
The Fall Guy is pushing its release from March to May 2024. In the next 6 months or so, 6 or 7 months, we're going to get to maybe watch The Fall Guy, or rebooted, of course, Lee Majors. I don't even know if Lee Majors is still alive, but he's definitely not doing the character anymore. The action film, The Fall Guy, stars Ryan Gosling.
He's 84.
Yeah. Man, he was in a bunch of stuff. What else was Lee Majors in? He was in some other stuff that was like
$1 Million Man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's going to hit theaters May 3rd, 2024. The date that was originally going to be the Deadpool 3 date, but Deadpool got pushed back to July.
Yeah.
The due date makes the new date makes the Universal film, which also stars Emily Blunt. I like Emily Blunt. That's Krasinski's wife, John Krasinski's wife, I think, unless they're not married anymore. But I like Emily Blunt. Oh, did you ever watch Kill, Die, Kill, Repeat, or Kill, Die, Repeat, or whatever that movie I told you about? Probably not. It's a time travel movie. She's amazing in that movie. I'll get the link for you. The first feature of the summer box office is now looking lighter than normal due to the actors' strike. The Ryan Reynolds threequel isn't the only major film to move into the date. Captain America: New World Order has left 2024 altogether and will now be coming out in February 2025. The Fall Guy follows Gosling's Colt Seavers, a stuntman who left the business for his mental and physical health, only to be drawn back in when the star of a studio movie directed by his ex, Jodie, goes missing and she asks for his help. Okay, here's the pitch. I like this. He's a stuntman. Here's the pitch. He's a stuntman, and like everyone in the stunt community, he gets blown up, shot, crashed, thrown through the windows, and dropped from the highest of heights on all for our entertainment. And now, fresh off an almost career-ending accident, this working-class hero has to track down a missing movie star, solve a conspiracy, and try to win back the love of his life, all while doing his day job. What could possibly go right? Well, that's good.
That sounds
I'm
like
in for this
80s movie right there. You're like, hell yeah. He gets to kiss the girl at the end. Let's do this.
Shit's going to blow up. There's going to be
punching. A car chase. There's not
only a car chase. Look at this. Look at this car.
Decorate this. Look at this. Absolutely. I want to
look at this.
Made.
This is him like skiing on a highway in a car chase, and all of these irresponsible drivers are driving way too close to this. And these guys should back off.
Slow down. What are you doing?
The guy, you're supposed to have at least 30 feet of room so that you can stop.
2 car lengths.
Oh, that's amazing. I want to see that. All right. And we have, I'm sorry if I'm not giving you enough time to talk here. We're only got a few minutes left.
I've got my show fixing to start, so we may need to
wrap. Yes. Yeah. Last thing, yesterday you said that you could see a tool bag from in space with some binoculars.
Yeah.
And I didn't know the context. That tool bag is part of a historic event, Deacon. Historic.
It is?
Yes. And I think you're going to chuckle. A historic all-female spacewalk crew accidentally dropped the tool bag. Oh, my God. There it is, fall into the earth. Yeah. So the crew that
that article didn't say that the other day.
It left out a little detail. So, is there a video? Oh no. Yeah. Whoops. Okay. Well, anyways, I just thought that was funny. Deke's got to go, so let's do our jokes.
Yeah, I got it.
Thanks for hanging out with us a little bit, guys. Oh, who's chatting over here? Somebody's chatting. Is that David? Oh yeah, he had a meeting too. Everybody's got meetings. Deke, have you ever wondered who would win a fight between a shark and an octopus?
No.
The octopus would, of course. He's well armed.
Oh Lord, that's a boo.
Yeah.
Boo.
All right. Oh, Miss Danger, I missed you.
So we were in Home Depot the other day, and they have all their Christmas decorations in the second row of their housewares. All right. All their Christmas decorations are in the second row of housewares. So in other
Yes.
words, I'll be home for Christmas. Come on, that was a good one. I like that one.
All right. And look, we got one from Miss Danger. So here we go. We're going to go out on this one. Women astronauts, because sandwiches don't make themselves there. Oh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thanks for watching. Bye, everybody.